and welcome to episode 6 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. I'm Todd Dudley and I'm the founder and director of Altius Images. As a drone pilot, the negative press that drones receive annoys me no end. This podcast is trying to change the negative public perception of our multi-roted friends, one positive story at a time. There are plenty of stories out there that show just how amazing drones can be, and I will bring you one of those stories each week. So let's fly into some positivity and see just how amazing drones are. Today, we are heading over to the University of Kentucky to see how some of their researchers are using drones to solve a problem in the cattle industry. In the US, nearly 3 million cows die every single year due to health problems. Now obviously this is sad for those 3 million cows, but it also costs the cattle industry over $1 billion each year. And according to experts, improved observation of cows in the pasture is proven to reduce cattle loss, but constant monitoring can be very tricky and time-consuming. However, a chap called Jesse Hogue and his colleagues at the University of Kentucky are using drones to try and overcome this problem. So, having been granted $900,000 from the United States Department of Agriculture, Hogue and his team are cracking on with some research. They are hoping that the drones will be able to offer a non-invasive, cheap and efficient way of monitoring the health of the animals. Using autonomous drones should help the farmers check on the location and health of each cow remotely, saving them time and allowing them to address any issues more quickly. So they don't need the manpower of going out into the pasture and monitoring the cows individually with the naked eye. Instead, the idea is that they can use the autonomous drones to do the job more effectively and more efficiently. So how will it actually work? Well, it's pretty clever this. The idea is that the drones will fly in formation around each cow and take a series of photos of the cow's face. These photos are then used to detect any illnesses that the cows might have and also produce 3D models of the cows' bodies. When I was reading this story, I did wonder what the use of that 3D model might be, but our man Jesse Hogue says, and I quote, "You can use that 3D model to estimate volume and weight, and that will provide information about weight gain on, say, a daily basis if the drones take images of each cow once per day. Presumably then, if they see that a cow is losing too much weight over a certain amount of time, the farmers then know that they need to take some action and maybe do some more tests on that specific cow." This concept is very much in its early stage at the moment, but the researchers are optimistic about how this technology will be able to help the cattle industry, which historically hasn't really had the access to innovative tech like this. On that point, Michael Sama, who is a biosystems and agricultural engineering professor at the University of Kentucky, says that a lot of the high-tech stuff seems to go towards dairy or crop productions, so there was really an opportunity to apply some of the same technologies that are being used in other areas towards beef production. So whilst we know that drones are being used an increasing amount in farming and agriculture, it's not something that's been used so much before for the cattle industry. So it'd be really interesting to see the results of this research and whether it leads to other uses of the technology for the industry. So at the moment, early research to see how cows respond to drones is currently ongoing. So this might be a story that we revisit in a few months to check in on the progress. If you'd like to read the full story, please check the link in the description. So that about does it for this week. A really interesting story and an innovative use for drones, which has the potential to save cows time and money. As I said, we might revisit this one in a few months' time to see how they're getting on. There'll be more positive drone stories like this to come over the next few weeks, as well as some interviews with others in the drone industry, so be sure to subscribe to us anywhere you get your podcasts. Please get in touch with us on social media. We are at Altius Images on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also find us easily enough on Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. All of the links for our channels are below. We'd love to hear from you, so please do reach out. Thank you for listening, guys. Please subscribe to and share the podcast so that we can spread our positivity far and wide. We will see you next week for episode 7 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. Fly safe, folks. Bye-bye.